I've just opened a portal to another dimension. I didn't mean to do it. I swear to God I didn't. If I had known what would happen, if I had even suspected, I never would have gone through with it. But now it's too late, and I think something followed me back. It started as a simple experiment. I work as a physics researcher for a small underfunded lab on the outskirts of town. Most of our projects never go anywhere. Half-baked ideas that run out of funding before we can make real progress. But this one was different. It was based on a theory proposed decades ago, one that suggested the existence of microtears in the fabric of space-time, tiny imperceptible rips that formed and sealed themselves in the blink of an eye. Most physicists dismissed the idea as pseudoscience, but my team, we had a way to test it. A device designed to stabilize one of these microtears, holding it open just long enough to study it. We called it the Erebus Gate. The first few tests were uneventful. We calibrated the machine, adjusted the energy output, ran countless simulations. Nothing happened. Then, on the 7th attempt, the sensors went wild. A faint ripple appeared in the air above the platform, just a shimmer barely visible to the naked eye. My heart pounded as I watched it flicker like heat rising off pavement. For a moment, I thought it would disappear like all the others. But then, it grew. The shimmer expanded into a swirling void, no bigger than a dinner platte. The lab filled with an unnatural hum, a deep vibration that I could feel in my bones. And through the portal I saw it, a place that shouldn't exist. The landscape was vast and dark, stretching endlessly in all directions. The ground looked like cracked obsidian slick, with some kind of black fluid. Towering spires of jagged rock jutted from the earth, like the bones of a long-dead god. And the sky, God, the sky. It wasn't black or blue or any color I could name. It was shifting alive, like it was watching me. Then something moved. A shape, a shadow. Distant, but aware. I gasped, stepping back. My colleagues murmured excitedly, oblivious to the sheer wrongness of what we had done. I reached for the emergency shutdown switch. Too late. The ripple widened, suddenly, violently, expanding to the size of a door. The hum grew into a deafening roar, and every light in the lab flickered. And that's when the screaming started. Not from us, from the other side. Voices, hundreds of them, crying out in agony. My blood turned to ice. Something was coming. I slammed my hand down on the shutdown switch. Sparks flew, the power surged, the lights exploded, plunging the room into darkness. And then, silence, and when the backup generator kicked in, the portal was gone. The room was a mess. Equipment shattered, the floor covered in debris. My colleagues were dazed, their faces pale with shock. But the portal was closed, and for a moment, I thought we had gotten lucky. I was wrong, because later that night when I returned home, I realized I wasn't alone. It started with small things. A door left open when I was sure I had closed it. A whisper just on the edge of hearing. Shadows that didn't move when they should have. I told myself it was paranoia, that my mind was playing tricks on me. Then I woke up to find my bedroom window open. I live on the 12th floor. I barely slept after that. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt it. Something standing just out of sight, watching, waiting. Then 3 nights after the experiment, I finally saw it. A reflection in the mirror. Not mine. It was standing behind me. Tall, too tall. Its limbs were impossibly thin, its fingers ending in razor-like claws. Its skin was blackened and cracked like something that had been burned alive, but refused to die. And its face. God, its face. It had no eyes, just 2 empty sockets, yawning and endless. And when it grinned, my knees buckled. Because its teeth weren't teeth. They were fingers. Tiny, writhing fingers grasping hungrily at the air. And then, it whispered my name. I ran. I don't remember grabbing my keys. I don't remember leaving the apartment. I just remember running. Now I'm sitting in a dingy motel room, the door locked, the curtains drawn. But I can still feel it. It followed me. It's here. And the worst part, I don't think it's alone. I should have never opened that portal. I should have never looked through. Because now they know about me. And soon they'll know about you too.